Alrighty, so I thought this was a great opportunity to show you a position that's out of range in my portfolio, a super tight range, and just kind of walk you through why I don't immediately rebalance. Sometimes I do, depending with the charts and just kind of what the movement and what the markets are doing. In this instance, I sit on my hands. Now, you already know we have a 24 to 48 hour rule. So both of these positions were out of range last week. They plopped out of range and they plopped right back in. I sat on my hands for about a week because I didn't want to lock in the impermanent loss on my ETH. Based on our analysis, I didn't really see ETH staying below the price point of my range. And so we waited. If I would have locked in that impermanent loss, if I would have rebalanced, it would have taken me around 3 weeks to make up for that impermanent loss. Instead, I sat on my hands for a week. We're back in range, we're earning. That said, Bitcoin is now out of range on the upside, and I just want to walk you through it. Also, returns are a little bit lower today. The weekend, usually volumes are down, and so again, I'm still happy with what's happening in this portfolio. We're actually going to collect these rewards and pay down some of my debt. We're going to do that all in today's video. Now, if you have any questions about this portfolio or anything I cover, do leave it in the comments below, or if you just want to say, hey, leave a comment. It helps us grow the channel, helps us reach more people. In fact, if you really like this channel, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with someone you know I can serve. Okay, so my ETH positions were out of range for about a week. My BTC position was in range. Then ETH popped back in range because the markets are seeing green. And now my Bitcoin position, as you can see, where are we here, is out of range by about $112 or $1,300. So obviously I'm converted all into USDC. Now, if I rebalance this, remember, I'm going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin back at around the $104,000 price point. If the markets are moving very quickly, I usually do that. What I see is Bitcoin's going to pop back into range. Now, also remember that I am sitting on Bitcoin ETH. Here's one Bitcoin, here's 29 ETH, and then in my ledger portfolio, I probably have around $500,000 worth of Bitcoin and ETH. So again, I'm long BTC and ETH. I don't want to get into positions where I'm going to be continuously sold out of my Bitcoin unless I borrow assets against the Bitcoin ETH position. Please let me know, hit the thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if that is making sense. So I am long BTC, I'm long ETH, but I can borrow against this and go make some yields. But what I don't want to do, again, I don't like locking in impermanent loss, or I don't like buying Bitcoin above a price that I want to buy that just for it to go back down. And now the value of my portfolio goes down. And again, I can calculate what's it worth to me. If I rebalance and it takes me 6 days of fees to earn that back, okay, maybe it's worth it depending what my portfolio is earning. If it's going to take me weeks, or if I'm just unsure of what the market is going to do next, I just don't want to lock it in. So when I look at the markets right now, I'd say ETH, that's my bottom end range there, and I have to keep my eyes on it. But I've just been kind of hovering in this range, since whenever this was. So November, it popped out of range on the upside, didn't touch it, went back into range, earning a ton, by the way. Popped out of range for a second, popped out of range last week, definitely popped out of range. A lot of people freaked out. They rebalanced. They locked in a ton of impermanent loss, back in range, and were floating around it. When I look at Bitcoin, which again is a much tighter range, and I probably went a little too tight, but I'm okay keeping that. I usually go tight when the markets are fairly sideways, and as the markets get more volatile, I can open that range up, earn a little less yield, but obviously earn it for longer. So again, since end of November, it's been fairly consistently in this range. Popped out of range here, popped out of range here, popped out of range, back in range, popped out of range, and now I'm out of range on the upside. But based upon the RSI, my 200-day moving average, I don't really see this staying out of range for long. Now, I can be wrong, but remember, I'm bullish. Even if this happened and it popped out of range, went back in range and it popped out of range here, I don't care. I'm still long Bitcoin. And so all the profits that I keep taking, I can buy back my Bitcoin at a discount, even if I'm out of range and even if my portfolio goes down by 15%. I'm super long right now. And so the short-term stuff doesn't bother me. Half the time I'm in range, half the time I'm not. Sometimes my portfolio is going up, sometimes it's going down. It doesn't bother me. I really want that point to sink in because people are thinking daily in this game, not like monthly and yearly returns. Oh my God, I'm not earning today. Let me rebalance so I can make $50 today, but I take $400 of impermanent loss. It doesn't make sense. And so again, I can service my debt. I can go into my portfolio here. I'm going to claim $1,500 worth of stable coins. So watch this. Harvest in USDC. I'm just going to do it in USDC. I pay a little fee for it, but it's going to be easier for the video. Remember, you do get paid out in Aero tokens, but VFAT can just swap it to USDC instead of you doing it yourself. So I'm going to claim this. Then I'm going to claim this. bam, bam, and I'm going to claim my rewards for my BTC position, which right now is of course out of range, but it's been earning because for the most part, it's in range. I'm going to harvest that USDC. P.S. There's a reason I don't compound this stuff because I like to sit on stables on the sidelines. There we go, claimed. Now I can go back into base, and it makes no sense for me to just sit on those stable coins on the sidelines or lend them out for a lesser APY than my borrowing cost is. So I'm going to repay this, repay, done. These are the USDC that I just earned over the last couple days, repay the USDC, confirm. My health factor, again, I usually keep it around 40%. It's probably going to drop. Yeah, it's 39%, which is great. And again, if the markets did tank by 10 or 15%, which does happen in bull markets, I could just deploy more of this capital or any profits that are sitting on the sidelines. So again, I don't compound, especially when markets are super green. The more green the markets are, the more profits I'm sitting on, and the more red the market's on, the more I'm deployed. So it's not like I can't time the market perfectly, but I'm prepared for whatever happens. So just have a look at this. If Bitcoin goes to 140, I'm ready for it. I'm long all over the place on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin drops temporarily down to 60 or 50, okay, cool. I can deploy a bunch of my stablecoin I have sitting on the sidelines. And again, when Bitcoin hit over 100K there, when was that? A couple days ago, whenever that was, I took a bunch of profit out of in my ledger, out of my long positions, and I sit on the sides with stables because that's one of my ladder out positions. Now, if Bitcoin tanks by 30, 40%, I could quickly service the loans, so I have a healthy LTV. I could buy another $100,000 of Bitcoin and add it to my position here to keep a healthy LTV. But the point is, I'm ready for whatever the market throws at me, but I am definitely in a long play right now. And long doesn't mean I'm long every single day. It means over the next 6, 8, 12 months, I'm long. I understand the market will do what the market does, and it doesn't freak me out. I don't sell bottoms. I don't emotionally react to this stuff. This bull market is actually perfectly following the last bull market. I think it's like a 0.95 correlation from last bull market. And if that's the case, we have a lot of juice to squeeze from this bull market still. So hopefully that helps in some way, shape, or form. I like doing these videos because it opens up questions in the comments, and then we grab those questions and create videos for you. So if you have any specific question, do let me know in the comments below. With that said, I hope you enjoyed. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and if this channel serves you any way, shape, or form, make sure you share it with someone you know it could help. There's a lot of gamblers in this space, and we want to create investors in this space, not only where the markets get more mature so we can actually attract even more money into this space, but the markets just be less volatile. And just, these markets, it's already growing like crazy, but we're still a very, very small space. Just so you know, we are very, very early in terms of market cap and how much liquidity is in the markets. And to me, I'm like, master this stuff now, because the next 5 or 10 years is going to be a pretty wild ride. With that said, again, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.